In this video, I'll be sharing with you a requested tutorial on how to cut a backless deep plunging neckline cowl neck dress. So if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button. Now to start, here is my pattern paper and I've gone ahead to mark out all the basic measurements I need for this dress, which is my shoulder to bust, under bust and waistline. To get your hip point is 7 inches after your waistline, and for a much taller person you can use 8 inches. So after this, you're going to go ahead to mark your shoulder divided by 2. My shoulder is 14 inches divided by 2. I have 7 inches. So after marking that, I'll come down by 1 inch at this point to mark my shoulder slope or shoulder slant. Place my ruler and I'm going to connect. Next, you want to mark out your basic neckline of 3 by 3 inches for the front. This might not be necessary, but we are just marking it for a guide. So for the back neckline, you'll be using 3 by 1 inch. And after you're done marking that, you're going to go ahead to measure the neckline for the back. Place your tape and you're going to go ahead to measure. So what I have is 3.5 inches. That will be serving as a guide. Going back to the armhole, you're going to find your chest line. And to do that is your bust circumference divided by 6 plus 1.5 inches. Now go ahead to mark and draw out a straight line at that point. At that chest line, go back and mark your shoulder divided by 2. Now, from that point you marked, you're going to connect it to the upper part. You're going to divide what you have there into 2 and mark. Come in by ½ inch. Go ahead to mark your bust circumference divided by 4 at this point. My bust is 33 divided by 4. I have 8.3. Connect from the upper part of your shoulder to the ½ inch and to your bust circumference at the chest line. So you just want to go ahead and mark out this part of your pattern. The next thing is to insert your measurement. So for this pattern, you notice there's no dart on it and you don't need much sewing allowance. I'll mark my bust circumference divided by 4 and add ½ inch for this pattern. For my under bust, which is 28 divided by 4, I have 7 inches. I'll mark and add ½ inch also for my sewing allowance. For the waistline, my waistline is the same thing as my under bust, which is 28 inches divided by 4. I still have 7 and I'll add ½ inch. This dress is a backless dress and there's no need for too much allowance at the side of the dress. Now I'll mark my hip circumference divided by 4, add ½ inch for my sewing allowance. So now you want to go ahead and connect your pattern. So whatever you have on your hip, go ahead to take out 1.5 inches and go ahead to connect at the lower part of your pattern. After this, I'll just go ahead to connect. After connecting, I'll go ahead to cut out my pattern. So after I'm done connecting my pattern, now you want to decide where you want the